rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous. But I don't want that cheap fame, no, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this room can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs a antiseptic. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you want to taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you want to hate bitch, you know where to find me. If you go and hate bitch, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you want to taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you want to hate bitch, you know where to.
Hey everyone, welcome. Thanks for being here. Yeah, like, can you guys see me okay? Because on my end, I can't see myself. So if you can just see me, let me know. All right, it looks like it's looking good. Okay, let's keep going. Doesn't matter what I see on my end. I'm just gonna go with what you guys say. Hey, Texas Girl, welcome. Thank you, Zero. So today, this may be a quicker than normal live. I don't know. A couple topics based around, Brittney J and Purplexed. They're just kind of going back and forth. And overall, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, because for me, like for these two, from what I recall, it was just like a couple of weeks ago where, Laura was on her channel and she was saying like, yeah, Brittney does some stuff here and there, but even she felt like it was going too far. And when I take a step back and looking at it, going back to like 5 weeks ago or so, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see it of, it could be a bit much. But then from where I recall, this is just what I recall, apparently Brittney called Laura a liar and then like kind of sent Laura like down this rabbit hole. And this is where we are now. Now, does anyone else remember that as well? Because that's where my jumping point off is. That's where I think it started, is when Brittney allegedly called Laura a liar and she just didn't take it well. So let me just tell everyone saying hello. Lindsay says Laura is wrong. Okay, Lindsay, like, so where does Laura wrong in the situation? Where do you feel Laura is wrong? And I want everyone's opinion on this. I want to know where you think Laura is wrong, where Laura is right. Because the way I always look at these things is that, okay, there's this side, and the truth is generally somewhere in the middle. Like, yeah, this person will be right on these points, but then this person will be right on these points. And when you put them together, it's like, well, you're both right and you're both wrong. Zero Jewel says it doesn't take much for Laura to overreact. Hey, that girl, good to see you. Yeah, I just want to know what you guys think. Because this is kind of, for me, it's gotten out of control. And it's kind of hard to keep up. So I did see parts of Brittney J's live last night. And that live, she was really upset. You know, she's upset that Laura was going to, what was it? Oh, that Laura like doubted the drug test results, that she was going over them and this is not. And then my whole thing is that I always go back to the beginning of things. Now, with this particular drug test, now I didn't see it when it was put out because I was waiting for Brittney to put it on her channel so I could see and hear her points. I want to hear what she had to say. But I come to find out apparently it was on Moon's channel. I'm like, that's weird to me because it's your drug results. You know, why wouldn't you put this on your channel so your people can see this? And if if you're trying to vindicate yourself, why not do it on your platform? Because for me, when you're in these kind of positions, the only people you're really accountable to is your subscribers or your supporters. The rest of the internet, not so much. They shouldn't matter. It should be your own people you should be concerned about. So when I heard it was on Moons, I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, that is really weird. And I saw other people saying the same thing, like, hey, why not put this on your own channel because these are your results. So apparently the results are put on Moon's channel. There's a lot of fighting in the chat, I heard, and nothing was resolved. So Laura goes on her channel. Hey, Grandma Sherry, good to see you. So then Laura goes on her channel to go over the results. I'm like, okay. I'm in there. I'm like, I've never seen one of those before. Like where I live, typically those type of forms are like kind of typed out before you get there. But I can understand like not all places work that way. No big deal. And it's handwritten and not completely filled out. And typically when I've had to actually fill out forms in the past, they would highlight the spaces that you need to fill out, and then anything they didn't highlight, you would leave blank. I didn't see any highlights on the form. Neither here nor there. All right, let me come up here. Sorry, guys. Let me start. That girl says, I think Laura's just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. She has no way of knowing that what she is saying is true, but she speaks like it's facts. Some people did say that. And then Lindsay says, stating as a fact that someone is on substance and that they fabricated a drug screening is reckless. Yeah, I was like, I personally would not do that. But then again, this is why I say both sides' hands are dirty because both are throwing shots at each other. It's just, and I do want to make this clear. I think both have their wrong in this, and both have their right points. They're both kind of slinging mud at each other. It's just Laura is much more direct about it than Brittney is, and that's just my take on it. Like, just because someone is not as direct and blunt as someone else doesn't make what they say like less hurtful or less, less of a jab. So I do want to say that. Let's see. My apologies. Okay. She didn't ask Moon to show those, nor did she send them to Moon. She said she didn't care after Moon said she was going to show them out of frustration. And this is a good, thank you, Lindsay, because I did hear this as well. I'm glad like someone can verify this for me, because I wouldn't have allowed them to be shown on another platform. I believe that you always show these type of things on your platform just because, like I said before, you're only beholden to your subscribers and supporters. And I feel that when you bring in third parties, fourth parties, it gets so messy. And this is what can happen. I mean, have Brittney has gone on and said like, hey, this is what it is. Boom, let it go. I don't think it would have blown up. But when you kind of take jabs and go back and forth with someone, they have the right to respond, just like you have the right to respond. So I was just like, no, not this. But I'm like, you know what? We all do what we think is best in the moment. It may not be the right thing at the time, based on a reflection, but it is what it is. Oh, hello, Marlena. Welcome. Tebow, yes, just more confusion and drama. I was like, now I have more questions. And it's like, how are they gonna get answered? Because now what's happened here, and I've seen subscribers say this, they're like, well, you're both kind of doing the same thing, and now I'm even more confused. I'm like, and I have to be, I'm in that same boat. I'm with it. I'm like, who's telling what? Because both sides have their convincing arguments, and both people feel they're in the right. And I think that's okay. And I think that's okay as long as you can show things to where I can see your thought process. I can be like, okay, I see how you got here, even though you may not be right. Hi, Michelle E. Opinions aren't facts. Laura will state her opinion is fact, and that's a problem. Yep, you should never do that. That, you know what? Like I said, I can see both sides and be like, well, no, you don't want to state things as fact. If you're wrong, it opens you up to other things. Marlena, Laura always says has to be right about everything. Whoever doesn't agree with her is an idiot. Yeah, I've watched Laura for years, and I've seen that attitude as well. I'll be like, Laura, come on, help us out here. Lindsay says Laura started with Brittney saying that's the fact that she's on substance. Okay, so Laura said Brittney's on substances first. Brittney called her a liar, and then that's where the back and forth started. Am I on the right track here? Just so I have a better grasp of how we got here. Grandma Sherry says, way too invested in stuff that's none of their business, in my opinion. You know what, Grandma Sherry? I agree. But on the flip side, when you tell people to, like, for example, call your lawyer, call your doctor's office, you tell people to do these things, and I'm like, Brittney, no, don't do that. Please don't. This is the internet. This is YouTube. Please don't tell people to do that, because some people will do that. And this is how we hear it. Now, granted, the way I would take it is I would take it as a flippant comment, like, bitch, I wish you would. But I wouldn't take it as like, okay, I'm about to call these people. Like, I wouldn't have taken it that way, but this is the internet. Once you put something on video and say it, people will run with it, and then you've given them their defense because you've said these words. Because say you had to go in front of a judge, and the judge is like, well, what made you think that was right? What made you think that was okay? You play the recording saying, well, go ahead, call my lawyer, call my doctor, call my clinic. And they're like, oh, well, you kind of did say that. But even though, to me, common sense would say not to do that. But when it comes to the internet, sometimes when people are mad or want to get over, yeah, that goes out the window. Just, my experience. Hey, Eliza, good to see you. Brittney wasn't giving Laura any attention, so I don't really get great. That's completely fair, Texas Girl, but I have seen in the last couple of lives between the channels that they speak on each other. So that's why I say both people's hands aren't clean in this. I just sit back and watch. Hey, Just Irish, good to see you. Tebow says if you don't want your information shared, you keep it to yourself. I definitely agree with that. It's always better to, like, not bring anything onto the internet that you don't want. Like, don't tell people. I'm a big fan of not telling people whether you're married, whether you have kids, where you live. Like, if you ask me where I live, I'm gonna probably tell you Fiji or the Canary Islands, someplace like that. I'm not gonna tell you. Like certain things like that you want to keep private, keep it to yourself. If your spouse, if you don't have a couples channel, I would keep them away from my channel as well. It's all about protecting yourself and protecting your family, protecting your peace. And the more you can keep to yourself, the better. That's just my take. Personally, I wouldn't have shown them. People will say they are fake, so you'll be in a continuous cycle. Exactly. Zero Jules. I agree with that, because when people don't like you, they're just going to be determined not to like you. You could be nice to them. You could show them all the proof. You could get the government seal. You could have the notary sign off on it. You could have it triple stamped. And they would tell you, like, oh, that's not the right stamp. That corner is off. So when people just don't like you, it's better to say, hey, I'm going to have to accept that I'm just never going to get through to these people and keep it moving, which is why my suggestion was to Brittney, like, just don't engage, because when you engage, you do encourage the back and forth. Because everyone wants to have the last word. So it's going to be this continuous cycle for a while. That's just my guess. Lacey said Laura went from defending Brittney, and when that didn't work, she started dragging her. Based on what I've seen and heard, I see it a little bit differently, but I understand where you're coming from. Hey, Duels and Gray. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Lindsay says, I think people are far too invested in things that don't concern them. I think everyone's home life should be off the table for discussion. Everyone. Lindsay, I agree. But I do want you your opinion on this. Everyone, please give me your opinion on this. So I remember when I came to YouTube and was watching creators and have befriended some creators, and this is what they said. When you're doing any kind of commentary and kind of drama, anything you bring to your channel can and will be used against you. So it's up to you as the creator, whether it's right or wrong, moral or not. It's up to you to protect your family, because as soon as you start having your family on your channel, your family in your chat, if your family's heard in the background giving their opinion, panel with you, it's all considered fair game. And note, I'm highly against family vloggers for this reason, but that's a lie for another day. So I just want your guys' thoughts. I'm not looking at so much moral here. I'm looking more at based on internet rules. Like, if you bring these people and they come onto the platform, are they fair game? And I'm going to exclude children on this one. That's children have no say, so they're not cognizant really of YouTube, most of them. Yo, Ash, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Laura telling anyone disagreeing with her that they have to pay her to read their messages is ridiculous. I chuckled at that, Ash, and here's why. In my other community, my main community, what it was, creators would do the same thing. They would just trip me out. There was one creator where they got so frustrated with the chat and like people coming at them. They refused to answer any questions that you paid them. And people would pay this person, they would just cuss them out, and they would do like a 99-cent super sticker. So I'm like, y'all are crazy. But I get it. Believe me, I get it. Oh, welcome, little Boston. Is it Slalom? I apologize. Ash is right. If you tell these people to call someone, it's going to do it. They've proven it over and over again. Yes. Ash. 0. Just Irish. The internet gonna internet. Yes, and that's a big problem. Marlena says, people are going to call whether Brittney does or doesn't say that to be fair. Marlena, I agree with you. But don't add fuel to the fire by saying, go ahead and do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're going to do it and be assholes, but don't give them the permission to be assholes. Yes, 0. Well, she said, oh, you Brittney people have to pay me. A disagreement automatically makes you a Brittney person. Oh my gosh. It's symbiosis. All right, Texas girl, good to see you. 0 said, did you see Whiskey's Gypsy go up on Laura's panel? Boy, that was a shit show. Gypsy tried to hold a mirror up to her, and you know she hates that. Don't watch her. Laura said she was going to leave her channel. She was wrong about that drug test, so she is now that Brittney proved her stuff by calling today. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that. Beach, lies, and scams. I'm here. Hello. Jules and Gray. Laura is getting attention she wants by going sideways. I've heard some people say that. Just I don't care about her family, but they're all in our faces. Now, this is a thing. And I said this in my last live. Craig is a huge issue. Him chirping in the background does not help. Now you see, if I were him and I see my partner in distress and Brittney is in distress, I'm not gonna take that away from her. And I get it. Now, does she bring some of this on herself? Absolutely. Let's not play games. I'm gonna put this out here right now just so there's an understanding about my channel and who I am. I may be fair, but I'm not blind. I see what's going on all sides. So just because I side with Laura on something doesn't mean I'm against BJ. Just because I side with BJ on something doesn't mean I'm against Laura. It doesn't work that way for me. What it is, I look at what you say, come to my own conclusion. And typically my conclusions are, like I said, well, y'all both wrong and to a degree. But I get it. Ash says Laura had 400 people in her chat last night. She's not. She's gonna stick to this. To this, I'm sure. You know what? I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping not. I think Laura will let this go eventually, but everyone wants to say that she's doing it for views, for attention, blah blah blah. But again, I do go back to the fact that she was defending Brittney, and now her opinion has changed, like we've seen with creators all across this platform. Numbers. Ash, Craig is. I understand what you're saying. Yes, he's in the background, but he is heavily in the background, and it's not like he's like playing a video game or on the computer. He's literally being making himself a part of conversation. So I see the side that says, "Well, he's in our face." I'm not a creator, so I don't know how to put myself in that place from the opinion on the internet. Lindsay, I totally get it. I totally get it. Ash says, I thought it was funny that you had the 99. Yes, I'm going to cuss you out for cheap as possible. In our ears, Lord. Lindsay, you have a. Zero says, Lindsay, you don't have to be a creator. You just have to use basic common sense. And actually, I'm just saying, just Irish, because you hear them doesn't make she's putting them in your face. She's not family vlogging or anything. People make noise sometimes as you hear them. I can't stand either one of them. To be honest, I can't help that girl. And you know what? Sometimes people just feel that way. Oh, I appreciate it. Love you too. You're great. Yes, just for a little bit, just to get some opinion, some clarity on this whole director situation, because I'm seeing like, what's going on here? And then, but luckily the chat has been like kind of filling me in as I go, which is awesome. LA, Craig, well, yeah, that's what I'm kind of saying. I'm looking at her channels, and I'm looking at what's being said in her chats. Then I listened to part of the live that she had earlier, and when what struck me, and this was what kind of made me take a step back and kind of try to get more of a grasp of it from a creator slash business owner point of view. I'll put it that way. When she said, you guys joining the memberships and super chat, this keeps me going. This really helps me out. I'm like, okay, so um, she's the sole breadwinner, right? Then on top of that, she got mad sweet to Tiva for saying something I guess last night in Laura's chat about her parenting, which I would never touch. But she's like, I do this, I do that, I do this. I'm the one who does this. Tell me da da da. I'm like, well, you're listing off everything that you do, but I'm not hearing where Craig is stepping up to the plate to do anything. And yeah, she's trying to stand her ground, hold her own, and she's being solid right now. But you can hear that she's cracking. And I never want anyone to feel that way. I don't like seeing people feel that way. But then again, you're engaging with someone who doesn't mind going back and forth and who has a right to respond. So when Laura responds, that's her absolute right. So I'm kind of hoping one or the other will put their swords down or at least go on panel together to have a conversation to dead it because it's doing no one good. Same Jamal, and I said this very thing on my members only live today. Awesome. Yeah, I was hoping someone else kind of sees it in this way, and it's a very murky time in this area of the YouTubes because it's a lot of different stories come together and a lot of different feelings. Ash says Laura hasn't had 150 chat in a long time. Amy Lynn, I just wish all the pettiness would stop. It's just gone too far. Yeah, it's kind of degraded from facts to pettiness. Like who can get a one up on the other is not really about the truth anymore. Sue, I watch you too. At the times, I can assure the convo about me the other day wasn't correct. I'm still not around all the channels. He's in the background making horrible comments and being obnoxiously loud. Yeah, even her chat has starting to turn on him. I'm like, no, not the chat too. But I get it. Oh yeah, Ash. That's why I said keep the kids out of that. They have no dog in this fight. They have no. They're not really cognizant. No children. MB, you know Lord's a false malicious CPL's caller, right? She enjoys going live and just by being invasive this time by complaining that she was called a liar for inserting herself into. Yes, I know about that. That's why I said no one has clean hands. I'm just trying to get a grasp of everything because there's so many lives, so many different opinions and stories. I'd like to at least talk about in a framework of where both sides are right, both sides are wrong. Tebow's I view Craig as a panel member. You hear him all the time, so he is participating. Yes. I think Brittney knows we're all tired of hearing Craig in the background. Yeah, and I really wish she would, you know, stop him or do something because I'm just seeing the way her channel is going right now, and it's not good. And I do, whether people like to hear this or not, I do see the potential that she has. But like I said in my last live, she has the personality that's endearing to people, but she does not have the content to back it up. And Craig being on her shows does not help her. It really takes away from her when she should be the focal point to where she can focus on trying to deliver the content in a way that's digestible for her audience. So there's not really a side to consider for me when someone's a verified, unapologetic real lifer. And I get that. I really do. Craig is awful. It makes things 100 times worse for BJ. Agreed. Yes. MB, she called CPS again today. Granted, it wasn't to turn anyone in, but you would think that she would start. She would. Sorry, guys. My apologies. MB, she called CPS again today. Granted, it wasn't turning anyone in, but you would think she would stay away from CPS for any reason. I kind of thought that as well. Tiny Dancer, Lyra is drunk on the attention she hasn't had in so long. I know MB. I know MB. I also know BJ was all about Laura when Laura had her back. LA, this right here. This happens all the time. That happened again. Like BJ was cool with Laura when Laura was like would agree with her, had her back. This, and that. But as soon as Laura, questioned her about some things that she didn't want to talk about or answer, she got pissed. And I get it. Just Irish, same. I personally just want to know the outcome. I just want to know what's right, what's wrong, and go from there. In the rules, when you buy a burner phone to make a false and malicious CPS on your ex-friend, you shouldn't have a channel of voice or opinion. MB, I remember years ago when people were saying that if anyone had committed like any kind of crime, you too should take their channel. So your opinion like of this is not new, and in some cases in the past I have agreed. Craig was called in the background naming the next round of people to get C&Ds, and of course he mentioned more money too. Oh really, Angela? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Especially the C&D part. The C&D thing is a whole different kettle of fish. in my opinion, based on the money that was raised. And right now, all we're seeing is C&Ds. And I'm looking at the multiple states, the multiple attorneys. I'm like, C&Ds don't really cost that much, maybe a couple hundred. And then if there's more to come, how? Because you would need to, if you're planning to, if you're thinking that everyone's going to break the C&D anyway, why wouldn't you just go and sue them in the beginning and get it over with versus going through the drama of sending C&Ds to the people you sent them to, raising money versus just saying, I'm just going to sue you straight out and call it a day. I'm so confused. Craig says the most disrespectful, foul things to her. Agreed. This is for MB. She sure didn't like being called a liar when she sat there day after day accusing, not giving opinion of Britt of being on drugs and calling Britt a liar. She can't take her own medicine. So Marlena, here, just say drugs. It's completely fine. On my channel, we say all the words. I'll add a trigger warning to my channel description a little later. But here, you don't have to censor yourself. You are free to speak your mind, say what you have to say. All I actually demand on my channel is respect, and that's pretty much all. Unless Laura Shannon's been dying dead since before I left, she's just desperate. People have been saying that. LA, I don't care about Brittney's drama. I don't know her and her drama. I care. Laura promised to leave her channel and she was wrong, so she should uphold her end of the deal. My thing, I just don't think I don't see her deleting her channel, to be completely honest. I really don't. And nor would I expect her to. Like, again, it's just like saying, go ahead and call my lawyer. Go ahead, call my doctor. Go ahead and call my clinic. Things of that nature. Just stuff said in heat of the moment, being mad. But, if you want to say a deal's a deal, then I get it. All right. Excuse me, guys. My apologies. No one on Earth can stay focused on all the distractions. Agreed. She did promise the MB, but she's going to do it. She will weasel her way out of it as usual. I laugh when a few creators clutch their pearls when Craig calls them names. Please, I've heard women call each other. That is true, Doodles. I've seen a whole mess. Stanton says, I do, Jamal. I see both sides, and BJ isn't so innocent. That pisses people off when I say it. Soup, I believe if I recall, you said you come from old commentary, so you get it. Like, the truth is the truth no matter what. And I do miss those days where the truth stood above all else, and your facts are not feelings, and it's okay to call out your friends when they do wrong. And I've had to call some friends out, not publicly, but in private, like, what are we doing over here? Why are you doing this? This is not a good look for you. And I've had contentious arguments with some friends to where it didn't cause a rift, but there was a little tension there because I'm like, I don't think you should go down this road, and I'm just looking out for you. But you're grown. You're going to choose what you're going to do, and whatever you do is like, I'm like, go ahead. And this is the same thing in this situation. These are grown adults. They're going to do what they're going to do, handle things they think they need to handle, and there's nothing you can do but watch and see for yourself. Amy Lynn, super, I agree. Brittney isn't innocent. No one claims to be innocent. Amy Lynn, from what I've seen, the people who support Brittney are not willing to call out where she's gone wrong publicly. And if you're going to defend someone publicly, you kind of need to be able to hold them accountable publicly as well to a certain extent, simply because you go so hard for the person, but when the wrong is proven, it doesn't look good for you not to say nothing. But I do believe in backing your friends and supporting them as far as you can publicly. But once they kind of cross a line or three, you kind of want to be like, let me just keep quiet over here. Doodles, he's totally disrespectful when BJ is covering crime. Here, okay, there's a time for him to zip it, and that's one of them, unless it's regarded as a crime. I really was interested in the case Brittney was covering last night, Celeste Rivas. Because I had just heard it somewhere else. I'm like, okay, Brittney's doing her true crime. Let me check it out. Let me give it a chance to see if she's like taking in some of the feedback. And she was on the right track, like she really was. But then Craig kept interjecting, either with inappropriate jokes or distracting her, or trying to be funny, or just being an out and out distraction. And it really, for me, I couldn't watch the stream anymore. I had to go. I really did. He's hurting her so bad because with the amount of support she has, right? With the mods, the supporters, the people who are willing to help her with research and help her put things together. I'm like, if she takes this on board, she could do really, really well. But when I hear him in the back, I'm like, you know what? Until she ditches him on her streams, it's not gonna work. And I'm seeing it in the chat numbers, because I remember when she used to try to cover true crime with herself and her panel. Brittney used to clear a good, like, on average, I'm gonna say 1,300 people in chat on her true crime streams, and I wouldn't chat. I would just watch in the back for perspective, because I wanted to hear what her chat and what she had to say versus what other people are saying about the case as well. And it was a decent time. But now I've noticed her true crime chat has like gone down from maybe by 1,000, and I'm like, damn. And then he's more present. It's like, no. Sometimes you can have a partner who's just not a right fit for your business, and this is her business because this is how she makes her money, takes care of her family. So I think there's going to have to come a time sooner than later that Brittney needs to make a business decision, because I'm seeing her chat, and the chat is turning on him, and they don't find him enjoyable. Thanks, that girl. Appreciate you. Hey, Shayna, welcome. Oh, Ashes, I blame the haters for Craig. He didn't say anything until all this crap started up. Nothing changes, period. I like that, Just Irish. Shayna, she doesn't have to say it, it's the action for me. She acts like she's innocent. She will own up to some things under duress. And if you have to own something under duress, are you really owning it? That's my question. And like I said, Brit supporters are fantastic. She has a great group of supporters, always has. But when it comes down to it, when push comes to shove, you really don't see them be like, Brit, calm down, take a breath, let's end the stream, let's talk about it. I've had to pull my own friends, be like, let me talk to you. In the stream, let's go. And they will do it because they know when I speak to them, and I speak to them in a certain tone, they understand, like, okay, it's serious. So, yeah, it's not claiming, it's just her actions. Hey, Josen, welcome. Let's see. Angela Clinton goes, I think when Brittney is ordered to pay damages, then she will chill out with the lawyer stuff. I hope so, because being litigious for no real reason is not the way to go. And like I said, multiple states and multiple lawyers, This is, Marlena said, this is all just getting really old. People have way overstepped boundaries and lost all morals. That happens on the internet when, like I said, when common sense goes out the door. Would you tell someone, call my lawyer, I don't care? People on the internet are going to do it. But again, these are grown folks. Shane says, now, no, I know for a fact that Britt was never cool with Laura. I think Britt was okay with Laura as long as Laura was defending her. That's my take. I didn't know the past of Laura. I was liking some of her content. Britt warned me it's not true. Hi, Tracy. I hate to break it. I hate to break it to everyone. Even if Brittney is ordered to pay money, if she doesn't have any, then what? It would be stupid to go after Brittney alone. True. Shayna says, "Be careful speaking on stuff you don't know fully about." And Shayna, I do agree with you that, but I would tell Brittney that as well. Just just saying, just being completely honest here. I'm going off by what I have seen from my own eyes. I'm not running around like, oh, did you hear this? Did you hear that? No, it's just based on what I've seen and heard. This is my take. Jones and Kumi Hooker needs to be going. Your in-law that looks so peaceful. That lives to die for. And Shayna, I will say this for you. I have watched you in Brittney's chat for a minute, and you've always been supportive of her, defending her. You're just there for her, and I appreciate that about you. I really do, because you do stand 10 toes down, but there are some points in time that you can take a step back and not be so defensive, because it's not right. It's not fair for, how can I put this? Brittney can go around saying the shit that she says about people, taking her digs, taking her jabs, but when people dish it back, it's a problem. My thing is this: if you're going to dish it and respond and engage, and here's the key word here: if you're going to engage in the back and forth with people, you're going to have to be able to take it and not be defensive and be mad. There's some very good critiques in some ways said. Now you have to keep in mind where those critiques come from, because there are some people who will say things just to be mean, while others mean to be helpful. So not every disagreement or critique about Brittney is an attack. Sometimes some of us just do have words for her because we see the potential in her and what she could be and what she can do. But when you have so many defenders, it's hard for the good stuff to get through. And that's just my take on it. But just know I've seen you like defend her, and overall think it's cool. Laura even said herself, Brittney never gave me attention when she went out of her way defending her. So yeah, about that last statement. When trying to recover on a judgment from Rico, when other players in the suit actually have money and assets to be had, true. And do C&Ds actually do anything on YouTube? Since I haven't seen one work yet, to be completely honest. I've, I mean, there was, I'm not sure if anyone remembers, years ago, I believe a YouTuber actually got C&D, took a C&D and wiped his behind with it. It's a mess. Eliza, please, yeah, thank you so much. People have only speculated she's suing people. No one knows what she's doing other than her and her free Vermont. So, Lindsay, I agree. Oh, Tebow, in my opinion, the lawyer reviewed the videos and sent them to YouTube Legal. That's what a flat fee attorney would do, including C&D without litigation. Oh, this is really good. This is really good. Tebow, thank you. I'll remember this. Actually, give me one moment, guys. Let me just save this for future reference. Oops. Sorry, guys. I just want to screenshot this because I think it's a very good point, and it makes a lot of sense about how things have happened, the cost, things of that nature. So, do that. All right. Thanks, Tebow. So we are where they don't. There's a legal process for an attorney. Legal process. Okay, knows more than any of us. True. Good to know things. Some people don't like the old commentary channel. I think and I think it's new to some. So, and they take it for, yes, yeah. The old commentary channels, I think quite a few of them are part of the local universe now, and the old commentary it fit. I liked it a lot because it was very direct to the point, and no one got like their feelings hurt, especially when they would go at each other on live stream. Oof! But those were the days. Kim says she should have never brought her personal life of it came from social media. She should have never brought it. Lindsay, that's not true. I support her and have called her out so much that she blocked me in her chat. Ah, okay. Shayna, I will apologize. I've never seen it, so I'm going to retract that. Same with you, Lindsay. I can retract that. I've just never seen it, so I will apologize for that. Especially when others are saying they're confident that you do. No worries. I again sincerely I can apologize for that. Kim, nearly every creator in this community have brought some aspect to it. Yeah, they do. C&Ds are good for nothing. They don't do anything. You can verbally warn people, and you'll take them to civil court. Same effect, literally. A tiny dancer says covering. Brittney's like covering different types of vanilla pudding. I don't get the intrigue. Hey Jamal. Hey, just know the troll. Good to see you. Driving and listening. Hope everyone's staying good. Yes. Okay. Oh, Sheila, when like Laura own calling CPS, like, she was under arrest to confess. I like that. Six up here. Oh, we're six up. So BJ repeats often that she does and has nothing wrong. That's ridiculous. Hey, Jamal, sorry about hit the like button. Thank you. I'm so behind. I apologize, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I catch everyone. Hey, Madison. Good to see you. Uh, those channels entice the sub to harass. One put up a scam while others call so they could play hero, I believe. And be like people on both sides, like Jones and QB, Nunya, Sue, literally anyone but Laura. Oh my gosh. I mean, Laura's polarizing. I followed her for years. People are who they're going to be. It's messed up. Both Brittney and TTT are threatening litigation with GW plus Rico. Many said crap, but aren't getting papers. YouTubers need to allow the CPS to do their jobs without interfering. Hey, Madison. Oh, all right, guys. So my question is this: now, like for me, like I don't see anything changing. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I don't see anything changing. I do see this is going to keep going and going because both sides are going to be right. Want to be right at the end. Now, that being said, this is going to be my last talking point, and then I want to ask you guys a question. So, everyone on YouTube wants to get views and make some money if they're monetized. Now, yeah, from what I've seen of Laura, she really doesn't do YouTube like she has been doing, and she um, wants to, get back into it, I guess, maybe make a little extra money, like she said, right? So yeah, she's gonna like talk about like trending topics, like any good YouTuber does. You find a trending topic, you jump on. Now it should not be hateful. You should be able to like do your commentary, um, and keep it moving. But trying to say someone is just doing this for attention to revive a dead channel, I think that's what anybody would do. They want views and stuff like that. So, Laura's channel, she's like, she's at 22.5K. Congratulations to her. Brittney is at 19.5K. Kudos to her. I do hope they both can put this to rest and go their own separate ways if they can't be cordial. But then again, who knows? But I do have a question for you guys. I was thinking of just kind of like moseying on over to Girl World for a little bit. Chantal is in Syria. She's trying to raise the good coin to get out of Syria to get back to Canada. And it's quite an interesting arc. Does anyone else follow Girl World or any other communities that you want to hear about? Just I'm just thinking that might be my next stop because her GoFundMe got taken down. The fact that she probably for the fact that she had Pete put it up for her. So I just want to know what you guys think. Might be good. Okay. Oops. Wait a minute. Oh my God, no. Those are bot subs. She bought them from QQTube. Let's not act like those are real and genuine subscribers. Oof. That girl had to disagree, though. Not everyone would revive the channel with lies and drama. That girl agreed. Believe me, that I agreed. Oh, Ebony. My biggest issue with Laura is that her and you not have been stating their opinions as fact. I've heard that, Ebony. I heard that, and that's kind of like rule 101 for YouTube. Do not state your opinions as fact. Eliza, we do want to make some money on YouTube, but we care about how we do it. Just like we all want to make money, but most of us wouldn't become drug dealers to do it. Others just have no morals. I mean, Eliza, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. And I remember one of my YouTube mentors told me, and they told me, there's a right way and to do YouTube, and there's a wrong way to YouTube. And we had a really good conversation. It was me about them and maybe like 4 other creators. We really talked about this, like what road we wanted to go down, because we were going to leave a community at the time, and we were just like, there's nothing really here for us. And I said, the way they're acting, I don't think it's going to end well, and I just don't want to be a part of that. So I kind of just dipped out with some others, and we just watched it burn to the ground. And it made me think, like, why would people do this, like this for money? For me, I do have another channel with a friend that's monetized. Like, we don't make much, we just have a good time. This channel, I'm just coming back to this channel, because I enjoy conversations and talking to people who may be on opposing sides, but who are willing to come to a space to where, we could talk it out and you see each other's point of view. Like for me, for every one of you that's here, I appreciate you and I appreciate your point of view, because you do make me think about what I've seen and heard, and what you guys are saying. It really gives me another perspectives I would not have, because they're not my own, because I probably haven't seen the things that you've seen. So I appreciate you, and that's why I appreciate this space. And hopefully this channel will be monetized down the road, because I do enjoy commentary and coming back after a year hiatus after caregiving. It's giving me a fresh perspective on what I want my channel to be and the space I want to create. I don't want to create an echo chamber. I don't want a space where everyone has to agree and get along. I like a civil discourse. That's just who I've always been. And I hope we can keep it that way, because like the chats, my first 2 lives back have been great. I appreciate you guys for showing up, being here, whether you agree with me, the chat, or no one. I just want you to know this is a space you can come and just voice your opinion and say all the words you need to say. You can say drugs. Okay, trigger warning, everybody. I'm going to say this. You can say drugs. You can say killed. You can say murder. Say all of the things here, because we are all grown. We should be able to speak to each other in a respectful tone, but also in a grown person's tone. So I just want to put that out there. Thank you, guys. Thanks again. All right, MB, come back soon. Yeah, Jules and Great. We had your opinions and nothing burned down. Right. Is Chasing here? Yo, Chasing, you follow Chantal? Awesome. So, oh, I was gonna make a foodie video this week, but if you guys are interested in her and the shenanigans, then maybe we could have a diversion from what we have been doing. Again, like this topic, I think has played itself out, but you know what? No, there's no harm in just watching and seeing how things played out. Because Girl World, I've been like watching Girl World for a little bit, and it's a mess. It's a mess. Let me put this. So Doodles, she's still in Syria, and apparently her and Chantal and Salah have agreed to divorce. She doesn't have the money to move back yet. Now, at first, she was looking for 10K for a fresh start, but now recently she has lowered the goal to 5K. I think she lowered it to 5K so she could leave sooner because she's just tired of being there. Oh, LA, you watch Jordy too. I'm between Jordy, Charlie. Like I watch all like as many channels as I can to get the perspective. They have the lore and stuff, and just the mess. And then we have Amber Lynn. I need to know if Amber Lynn is getting sued by her aunt still. So it's insane. So I'm thinking like maybe we can kind of like drive out here, maybe drive over into Girl World, maybe do I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out editing to put like clips together to where I can play them and stop them. I'm not sure if I can do it, but I'll figure it out. Like maybe we just kind of tip over there. I am a supporter of. Oh, hey, Loving Life. Nice to meet you. I am a supporter of Brit and will continue to support. But if Craig is in the background, I just can't listen. I am just on edge wondering what he's going to say. Yeah, I really wanted to watch her true crime for Celeste, but I just couldn't do it with him in the background. Wait a minute. Yep, he also reviewed Jeffree Star's TikToks and his llama farm. Jordy's a mess. So cool. So what I will do, I will start working on a Girl Roll stream. Maybe we'll hit up a couple places to see what's going on with her. I'll hold off on the video. That's not a problem. And then we'll take it from there. Does anyone have any other maybe questions or any other ideas for live streams? Because I'm down to like explore other places because there's a ton of other messes on the YouTube streets. Oh, I haven't caught up on that, Andy. I need to go look. Yeah, that girl. I've been seeing Jeffrey's been he's in a tizzy this week. He's just in a oof. Poor Jeffrey. Poor Jeffrey. That's not it. All right, everyone. I just want to say again, I appreciate you all. Thanks for being here. Thank you for just being who you are and being able to come into the space to have like yeah, an quote unquote aggressive conversation or assertive conversation and not taking it super personal and just being here and listening. So you guys, thank you so much. I really, really just again, like you have no idea like how much I appreciate you guys being here, especially with me just coming back. And we're gonna do some other stuff. It's gonna be a fun time. Just like I said, and in the comments, if you guys have any other, dumpster fire type places that you want to check out, I'm open. No, no, nothing's pretty much out of my range because I want to explore it all. I want to explore it all, and it's nice to have a chat that's open to doing that as well. And with that, I am going to bid you guys a wonderful day. See you next time. See you soon. Be good to each other, okay?
Rising and start a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same and no break like me. If you wanna taste bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking fight me. I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. If you're going hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off there. Every chance I get, I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs a man, a septic.